Hi, my name is Cory Lushanko, and today I will be demonstrating how to put on hockey equipment. First, you start off by putting socks on, which obviously go under your skates. They will prevent rashing from your shin pads. The next thing you'll probably put on is your jock strap, which protects your private areas, obviously. And for some hockey players, they wear t-shirts. Some people go shirtless. I prefer t-shirts to prevent, like I said, rashing. So the first thing you want to do is probably put your shin pads on. So it's something to note that for shin pads, the length of the shin pad will somewhere show up on the shin pad. So when you're looking for it, if you're obviously looking to buy or invest in shin pads. So shin pads run anywhere between $40 and $140. I found this information on hockeygiant.com. So when you're putting shin pads on, it's pretty basic. Just make sure you strap yourself in right. So for each shin pad, there's usually 2 straps, Velcro on each side. So once you have your left on, obviously you go to your right. And what the shin pad does is a shin pad essentially just protects from basically the top of your ankle all the way up above your knee. So obviously playing it just keeps your legs a little bit safer. So once you have your shin pads on, the next thing you want to put on is your hockey socks. And what hockey socks are these things right here. They go over your shin pads. Most teams will have color coordinates so they look better on the ice. So just put these on. Put them on like this. Pull them up. And like I said, these just... When you put hockey socks on, it just keeps your shin pads nice and tight. And, you know, hockey players, they always got to make sure things fit. And they're very particular about their things. So next, you're going to want to put your breezers on. Some people call these breezers, some people call them pants. And they run anywhere between $50 to $180, depending on what company you're going to select from. So once you have these on, you can decide, you can either tie them up now or leave them. I usually leave them, it's just more comfortable to put your skates on. Which brings me to my next point. Your hockey skates. These are going to be the most expensive things you purchase. They run anywhere between $200 and $900. And obviously you're going to be able to tell which one's left and which one's right. So, like I said, each player does this in a different way. This is just the way I like to do it. So get your skates on, you make sure they fit right. You can tell that I keep my tongues flapped down. It's just more comfortable for me. Some people will tuck their tongues up into their shin pads. It's just wherever you feel like. So I'm going to go ahead and tie my skates. Tying your skates is probably the thing I like the least about hockey. Hurts your hands. Takes some time. So yeah, pretty much got these all tied up right here. And like I said, each hockey player has their own little thing, so kind of depends on how tight you want them. So yeah, just to save some time, I'll only tie one here. So once you have your skates all done like that, now I'm going to tie my breezers up. So what you usually have a lace run through here. You tie that up, and then there's also a buckle, which you can see right here. You buckle it in and pull it to get it tighter. Obviously you can pull it back to get looser. So the next piece of equipment you're going to want to put on are your shoulder pads. And shoulder pads run anywhere between $50 to $160. When I'm looking at shoulder pads, if I'm a serious hockey player, I'm going to look at the weight of the shoulder pads because you like to be as fast as possible on the ice. So what you do here is you put your shoulder pads on, pretty basic. It's almost like a pair of football pads too even. It's basically all Velcro. Strap yourself in, and once you get this, you got to make sure it fits right. Make sure it's not too tight, not too loose. You're all ready to go. The next step is your elbow pads, which are these things right here. What the elbow pads do is they will protect your elbow, so basically from the top of your elbow to the middle of your forearm, each side. So you put these on. And elbow pads run anywhere between $30 to $110. Like I said, it kind of depends on what company you're going to buy from. So once you have this on, you're pretty much done. One of the last steps would be put your jersey on. So put your jersey on. Once you got that on, you usually go towards your helmet. Here's a helmet. It's got a cage. You can see a chin strap, obviously. Helmet when you put on is pretty self-explanatory as well. Helmets can run between $50 to $310, depending on, like I said, what company you get it from. Put the helmet on. Get yourself all strapped in. And last but not least, your gloves. So that's all I have for you today. Hopefully I taught you how to get dressed properly and what prices you can look at, and hopefully we get some future hockey players here in the future. Thank you. That was good. Yeah.